Hi Sunan, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Hi all, in this video today we are going to see the 7 habits of highly effective Scrum Masters. This is not only especially for Scrum Master, we can apply it in our personal life as well. Uh, every leaders in this world must be having at least one habit among these 7 for very sure. You can go ahead and ask any leader wherever he or she may be, whomever it may be, but they must be having at least one, at most 7. So effective leader, as we are all servant leader, it is a very essential and vital one for ourselves to make our team high performance, to make ourselves to updated. So for those all, we are in this need of habits, 7 habits. Okay. So at end of this video, please do comment how this 7 habits is providing some value to us. Do you agree with this or not? Do you like to add any other habits which is really needed for our role, for to perform the Scrum Master's role and all? Okay. Okay. So moving to the first habit, be proactive. Yeah. So many of us will be very reactive instead of proactive, but reactive is exactly opposite to proactive. What is mean by proactive then? Why we need it? What is essential for a Scrum Master to have this character or habit? So the proactive approach is to make a mistake, is to acknowledge it instantly, correct and learn from it. Take responsibility. If you're doing any mistake, if your team is doing any mistake, you just accept it and acknowledge it instantly, correct and learn from it. Okay, so proactive, it means it is driven by values. Reactive is driven by feelings. Many a time in our team, we might be triggered by someone else stating that I won't do this job, like that. That kind of, in that situation, we should be proactive. We shouldn't respond to them immediately. We shouldn't react to their feelings. Some external force shouldn't make us to take some decision. Okay, so that is mean by proactive. We have to wait, think it off, then respond. Okay, don't do any response immediately without any second thoughts. That is a reactive. If someone is speaking with you very in angry mode, as a Scrum Master, if you are also replying him or her in the same tone, it won't help us. So we have to wait. Take the responsibility. If something went not well smoothly, or someone is not communicating with you properly, not updating you something else on the program or project or status, don't offend them. Instead, take responsibility. Think they are your kids. You have to make them correct in that way. And it is a kind of exercise, you can say. Okay. So how many of you just commented after this question? How many of you think that once after you just after you explore some nice weather, you feel very fresh and motivated and very energetic? I'm just taking a pass. You just commented and we'll see how many are saying that yes. That is those people who think in that way, they are very reactive. They are reactive to the weather, but proactive person always have that energy even though the weather is winter, cold or something like that. In the same scenario, in the same context, we will be reacting. Many of us will be reacting for the social culture. Like we will get we get the feelings based on others, how they are treating us. We will be more comfortable if others treating us very well. We will be very depressed if someone is treating us very bad. We never think why we are getting depressed or why we are getting very sad when someone external force treating us badly. It is not our inner mind, it is not something else in turn on our side. So this is mean by reactive. We have to be very proactive. Other external force shouldn't make us to take decision. Okay, so this is stimulus. This could be your response or reaction or proactiveness. Okay, it always come and trigger you, but we have to act proactively, not to the situation or not to the environment. We have to wait and then respond. That is proactiveness, and take the responsibility of the situation and take the responsibility of your own words and your choice. Then only it will be appropriate for us to provide the correct leader leadership qualities. Okay, so responsible for behavior, responsible for result, responsible for growth. Do have those responsible, then we will be having this wonderful habit, proactiveness. You just try to implement this and let us know how you feel, how after this what change you are having in your life. Okay, and one more thing add on this be proactiveness is that last human freedom, okay, is that the power to choose your response to your own situation or any condition. Okay, that is the last of freedom. You could say I'm having the freedom to speak, freedom to walk, freedom to eat, like that, so many freedom you are having, but the last human freedom is that power to choose your response on your own condition. That is a freedom provided to you, so choose accordingly. If you are just reacting to the situation, then it won't be that effective. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Begin with the end in mind. So what does mean by begin with the end in mind? What Sindhuja, what you are coming to say here? We are just starting, we are just going to start. Why should we have to think of the end, how it is going to be? Yes, of course, as a Scrum Master, whenever we are starting some sprint, you just go with the end mind to the sprint. You just imagine how this sprint will going to end up. What would be the performance of my team member? What remarkable thing my team is going to achieve on this sprint? On that outcome, what are the appreciation or something, some benefits my team is going to get? Imagine that one, that end. In a simple term, okay, I could say, don't mistake on me on this one. How do you want to be? How do you want to have your funnel? What people want to say about you? Wow, what excellent, what an excellent leader. He did these many advantageous stuffs to the society. Because of him or her, I got some good job in my life. This is how everyone experts in their funeral, right? So you just imagine how your funeral will be in future. So like a similar way, you have to think what you want to be, what you want to do for that. What is the value or outcome you are going to get on that action? So these things we always think before we act. Say for an instance, we will all think of our home. Okay, if you are about to do some construction, if you are about to build a home, we will think what will be the outcome. Then before that itself, correct, before even we are starting our construction, we will think my own home will be in this structure, in this way, in these rooms, these many rooms will be there, their lawn, garden, all will be like this. According to that only we will draw map or a diagrams, everything, correct? So in that way, begin with the end in mind. Okay, it should be like how it will be if we do this, how, what is the outcome, what value, what benefit we will be getting at the end of this one. So in the similar way, do everything. When you start your sprint, think how the sprint retrospective will be for this sprint. What are all the feedbacks we will be getting for this sprint? What are all the improvements we will be getting for this sprint? So that way we have to act. Your most important work of you is always ahead of you, not behind you. So don't think it of past sprints or past things, past stuff, leave it off. You just think of the future. When you start your sprint, even when you're doing your product backlog grooming itself, you have to think how the retrospective meeting will be, how that is a forecasting, right? So begin with the end in mind. It's like simple examples, very simple example, how we are going to construct a home. We will be having that blue diagram, and then we will start our construction. Then only we will be getting that picture what we are in. So same way, visualize yourself how we will be in the next 5 years, how we will be in the what outcome. On that outcome, what we will do for the society or someone else, how it is going to benefit for my family or for my team. Like that, just think. Focus time and energy on things that can be changed, that can be done by yourself. Okay, don't waste your time or something else energy with the thing that you cannot, which is not in your control. Okay, so begin with the end in mind always. If you're starting some work, think how the end will be. That you can apply in the negative tone as well. If you're about to fight with someone else, if you're about to have some disagreement with someone else, you just think how the end will be after this conversation or something else. Okay, in that way, it can be very helpful for sure. Moving on to the next slide. Put first thing first. Effective leadership is put first thing first. Effective management is discipline to carrying on. Everyone can put first thing first. We can put, but how disciplined, how effectively we are carrying it, how consistently we are. The consistency is the key. That book, it shared a wonderful experience. I suggest you to read that book. Stillness is the key, not consistency. Stillness is the key. That book. Okay, it was a beautiful book. I just heard the audio story only, but it provides more morals and values to me. Okay, so one thing you first remember, what one thing could you do regularly that is not, you are not doing that one right now. Okay, so what thing you can do which in turn helps your personal life or your program or your team. Think it on that way. Every sprint put something newly and consistently do that. If you don't follow anything consistency, definitely I'm sure you can even note it down, people won't respect us. Okay, if I'm saying that daily I will do exercise, I'm just saying, but I'm not doing that, definitely people won't respect me. People may think of that I'm not having that much energetic and leadership skills. Okay, not only for people, we can just think of ourselves. Even myself itself, if I commit for one thing, if I'm not following it, something will, some hormones will, I'm not sure whether it is a hormone or it is a mental stuff, something will come and say that you haven't done this for today. It will continuously annoy me, and at last before my bed, if I need to finish it off, otherwise it won't let me to sleep. It will bug me like anything. So that consistency should be there. Not only I'm not saying that me as an example, every leaders will be having that consistency. See, Indra Nooyi is leading the PepsiCo. She does have the habit of waking up 4:30 a.m. early in the morning. Still now, till now she's having that habit. That consistency is a key for everything. When she was in the college, from that time onwards till now, she's having that consistency. How many of us can able to follow that consistency? So effective leadership is putting first thing first. We have to think what we can do to make our personal life more enriched, and what we can do to our personal team or our own team or our business, something else, and how effectively we can carry it. So this is a consistency. Execute on most important priorities. You just prioritize them. Eisenhower matrix, that chart will help us to prioritize how important, what is the urgent need, what is important, what is non-important, what is not urgent, important, not urgent, not urgent, important. This Eisenhower matrix will definitely help for a Scrum Master and for a servant leadership. Okay, so how effectively we can plan, that too in agile environment, and all this planning and prioritization, there are n number of techniques is there, so we can effectively apply those prioritization techniques and we can try it out. Okay, so put first things first. Moving on to the next slide. Think win-win. It is a kind of interpersonal skills, I could say. Okay, so every leader, every servant leader, every leader must be having this interpersonal skill. When one side benefits more than other, at that point, at that situation, it may be like a win-lose situation, and the winner might have think, wow, we did it, but it won't retain for a long time. This success won't be continue for a longer. At one time, at one point, they will be feeling like, okay, enough, this is enough, like that. See how Alexander, he made a tremendous or huge achievement. At last, at one point, he got frustrated of everything, right? So the similar way, long run, it breeds resentment and distrust only. It won't help us much. So always a true leader will be having the win-win relationship. Work effectively with others to achieve that win-win relationship. Okay, so self-awareness is really important on this win-win relationship. Okay, so we need to make others to win. That is the priority for us Scrum Masters, of course. So we have to make others to win. Okay, so how our mothers are doing, they are putting so much of effort to make us win. At last we are bringing some proud to her, that is her winning. So like this, mother and daughter or mother and son, like this the relation should have to maintain. And as a true leader, as a Scrum Master, win-win situation only, all the time it will go. So say for a true example, in last time Olympics, I'm not sure of which sports or which thing, I think a long jump, two sportsmen came until the final round. Both are in the same jump. They have just did their performance for the same distance, long jump I believe. So same meters. So Olympic Committee provided 3 opportunities for them. Okay, you have to compete with each other. You have to win on this, then only you can get it done. Okay, whoever is winning, then gold medal will goes to them, silver medal will goes to the runner. So this is how the Olympic Committee decided. So 3 rounds they kept. First round both did the same position, and second round as well the same thing. Both of them achieved the same target how they have fixed. And third round, the person A, person B, I'm not sure of the country's name, I forgot that incident, but the core concept alone sticked into my mind. Okay, so say for example, country A, country B. Country A, person who is from country A withdraw from the competition. Why? Because in the last round, second round, he got some injured on his leg. Okay, so he withdrew and told that, okay, you don't want to keep the third round, you better give that prize to that opponent. Okay, but when the committee decided to provide the winning medal, gold medal to that opponent, country B person, he doesn't win that. He knows very well if he does if he didn't accept this one, his country may get some kind of depression, or may get some bad thought about him. Okay, so he knows very well, but he doesn't want that, because he know actually they both performed well, they both were in the same situation. Even the third round had happened, they both might be in the same position at that time even. Okay, so he is not having that heart to get that prize without the competition. So he went and checked with the committee, if do I have the rights to share this with that country A person. So committee discussed and decided, yeah, you do have that. Okay, so at last what they did, they have shared it. So that moment, when I heard the story, I got goosebumps. So I think Olympic is not a simple thing. Getting selected into Olympics is itself a big, huge, tremendous power we need to have. In that situation, getting gold medal, going up to that level itself a big challenge for everyone in this world at this point. Think at that time, he was about to get that gold medal, but he shared with someone else. Win-win logic. Okay. See, probably next to Olympic we might have forgot that person who won the gold medal, but think until some 100 to 200 years this will be in history. Some person was about to win the gold medal, but didn't. He shared that with his opponent. Like that, the history will be there. His name won't get erased by someone else. This will be in history forever, right? So like this, win-win situation will be the optimum for all the situation, I could say. Okay, so try to have win-win situation all the time. Moving to the next slide. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Okay, so this is one of the key thing. Probably I will try to learn the skill all the time. Okay, so as a Scrum Master, we need to be a very good listener. Not only very good, very active listener, I could say. So always first we have to try to understand them instead of pouring our thoughts, pouring our suggestions, instead of explaining ourselves. First try to understand the situation, that to listen, to understand, not to react or respond, not to respond them. You just try to understand them first. That is a key for a Scrum Master, good Scrum Master. We need to be a very active listener. We have to listen them, what they are coming to say, why they are coming to say. So that one we have to ensure with them. Okay, that empathetic listening, we need to empathize them. Why, what makes them to say like this. Okay, probably in every interview question, even in Sunan's video, many of the videos I found this empathize. This is a key term for our interviews, right? The same thing here as well. Seek first to understand. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They just listen with the intent to reply. Even many a times I did the same mistake. Okay, but when you try to start them to understand, you will be getting astounding results. People will open up. There won't be any hesitation with the team members. They will open up very honestly from the heart. Okay, once you understand, then try to put your thoughts. But that needs some courage. We cannot put our thoughts directly in a simple way. We need some courage to share our thoughts, and if you are having any different views from them, so develop that courage as well. Before that, try to understand them, listen them. Active listening is the key, and then try to explain yourself and your point. That requires some courage. Okay, so that empathetic listening is the most important one. And always very important is that you have to communicate your ideas and thoughts in accordance with their paradigms and concerns. Okay, so how they are talking, you just try to copy the same way or same language what they are using. So in that way, they can understand you very easily. If you're trying to see, say for example, even if I communicate in my mother tongue here, it is more frequent and I won't stop then and there, correct? In the same way, if you try to communicate them with their language is not their mother tongue, their slang, or what intention they are having, you just get it and you just think of it and then reply it. Okay, we cannot speak all the languages, but of course what I mean is that core concept, you just get it and then respond in the same language as your audience. Okay, so how your audience are speaking to you, how your team is speaking to you, the same way you just try to respond. So communicate effectively at all levels. Okay, so this is the fifth habit. Okay, seek first to understand, then to be understood. I hope this also will be the one of the best quality for a Scrum Master. Moving to the next slide. So synergize. Synergy is better than my or your way. It's our way. Okay, so synergy. Why we need synergize? We can compromise, right? Why we have to go for synergize? We can term this as a compromise. But if you think even in our personal life or somewhere else, if you're compromising for a long time, we won't be very productive. At the end, we will be having some kind of stress or a depression. Uh, we will get frustrated at one point. Even in I could see many married couples or someone else who is living with a compromise. At the end, probably after 60 years and 50 years, they will be in the kind of frustration. They are saying that, continuously saying that the life what I had was not fruitful. Okay, so because they had some compromised life, they were not able to make what they want. They were not able to do what they want. They're just compromising for their children. They're just compromising for their partner. They're just compromising for the society. Instead of compromising, if we handle synergize, then it will be high productive and positivity. It will definitely give some energy to you. Okay, we can apply this in our personal life as well. If you apply compromise situation, definitely it won't be very fruitful. At one point, we will get frustrated a lot. I'm very sure. Even one book is there, top 5 regrets of dying people. I think dying people, someone else. So it was a book how the people who's in the dying bed, what is their opinion. So most of the people said that I missed these things in my life. I just compromised all these things for my family or something else, for my profession or something else. But don't do this. Don't have this kind of stuff. Synergize is better than anything. Okay, if you apply compromisation in your life, 1 plus 1 maybe 1.5, but synergize, 1 plus 1 makes 3. It productive will be very multiple. It will bring you some innovative, creative, soft skills. So many skills it will provide. So innovate and problem solve with those who have a different point of view. Okay, if someone is having, even in your team, many will be facing the situation in our story point estimation or something else. Some person will propose a different story point and some will have some different story point. So try to ensure that don't compromise. You just synergize why we need it, why we want it, like that kind of situation bring. If you continuously compromise within the team members, it won't provide any positive outcome or positive value. At one point they will get frustrated and saying that you anyhow you won't be considering my point. Why should I have to propose the points? They will just wait and they will let others to speak, and they will also say the same points. Yeah, I too agree with the point 3 or point 5, like that, 8, like that they too will say. So in that case, it won't be the proper outcome what we are expecting in Agile or Scrum world, right? So synergize is the key. for all of us to get some innovation and problem solving skills, who is having some different point of view. Okay, it will unleash our power, so we may be having so many powers that may not be knowing to us. So in this kind of synergize, it will unleash our power. It will definitely create a team coordination. Team will strengthen, and then it help us to do the teamwork. So for a scrum leader, I mean a servant leader, synergize is the key. Next slide. Sharpen the sharp. Okay, so the last one, but I loved this always. Sharpen the sharp. What does it mean? Every leader does need the sharpen the sharp. Of course, not only leaders, every humans, every living beings want this. Okay, we have to adapt for the situation. That is agile, right? We have to adapt. We must never become too busy sawing to sharpen the sharp. It means people. Still, I could say. Many people are saying that I'm not able to find time to read something. I'm not able to find time to update myself. I'm not able to find time to do some certifications or something else. They are not having that appropriate time to do. They are saying like this, but again, we must never become too busy solving to sharpen the sharp. If you are saying that I don't have the time to sharpen my skills or sharpen my knowledge, then we may be out of the market at one point. Please don't put that in the situation. Always ask your team members or your friends, your colleagues, encourage them to update themselves in some other different technology or where the profession they are, to make them update every time. Okay, see continuous improvement, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous development, like that. See continuous improvement and renewal professionally and personally as well. Okay, say today I am having this habit. What new habit which provides some value to my personal life, what I'm going to take it off tomorrow. That really matters for ourselves. So see, continuous improvement and renewal professionally and personally. So both are really important. We have to renew ourselves very professionally as well as personally. Okay, both should be in the same scale. Work-life balance, how we are ensuring the work-life balance. In the similar way, we have to have this professionally and personally. We have to enhance our skills all the time. Okay, so hereafter try to spend at least a half an hour of time daily to sharp your skill sets. Okay, learn something new daily, at least 5 vocabulary, like that. Try to make yourself updated all the time. Otherwise we will be very backward in this market at one point. We may not realize that in this situation. Even I did that kind of mistakes in my previous roles. I was not about, because I was not much interested on that role. So I will just do the work, whatever I can, whatever they are giving to me. Even I could say whatever they are giving to me, I just do the role. I was not about to update myself, but at a later point I realized that I was out of industry. I felt that oh my goodness, if I want to re-enter in that path, then I need to update a lot. So that will be very challenging for us. That it will be very tough for you to update at a single stretch. So try to sharpen the sharp all the time. So this is a 7th important habit. All the leaders, whoever you see, Abdul Kalam used to read at least 20 pages per day, and our I think Wipro CEO, yes, someone else, Wipro or HCL, I'm just thinking, not HCL, Wipro. Yeah, Wipro CEO had taken over the in charge after his father passed away. So that time he was about to do his masters in US, but unfortunately because of his business he was not able to take it up. Then he returned, he discontinued his studies and taken care of his business, and then he just started to study management course. I believe I forgot the story, but the core concept alone, again I used to forgot the data points, but the logic alone will used to stick on my mind. So he did some part-time course, like he will call to some professors, he will be in touch with some professors and updated his management skills to run the business. So big legends, big billionaires, millionaires, everyone will be always sharpening their sharp. They are doing it at present as well. Okay, in a similar way, we also can try to follow them. We don't want to invent the wheel, but we have to know how to drive the wheel. We just copy the leaders at least. and try to follow them. Already everything is in place. We have to improve ourselves. That's it. Okay. So I have taken all these 7 points is from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. One of the excellent book I heard, and even I didn't read this. I heard multiple audiobook stories and many legends spoke about this book. So this one was very impressive and fascinated for me. So I picked this book and I wish to share with you. Sunan luckily provided that opportunity to me. Thank you so much for you all. So do watch this video and comment and let us know how you felt after this 7 habits. Try to apply this and then let us know how it is creating impacts on your own personal life and your team. I hope I'm just challenging you. It will definitely create some big positive growth to you and your team. Thank you.